Good evening, everyone. Parents of Oak Grove students surprised today to receive an email from school president Michael Sleddy telling them a teacher is being investigated for allegedly using their cell phone inappropriately in a classroom. According to the school, the North Campus teacher has been placed on administrative leave.
Sleddy didn't provide the teacher's name, but he did say that Oak Grove is fully cooperating with police in this investigation and is taking measures to protect the safety and privacy of students while also respecting the rights of the teacher.
Processing firearms and fingerprints is on hold for North Dakota's criminal cases as the state's crime lab is facing an extreme staffing shortage, with nearly 20% of their employees quitting just this year.
Now, the halt means some cases are taking longer to be brought to justice. And as Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley found out this week, it's unclear when this problem could be solved.
The North Dakota State Lab has lost 8 of its 23 employees within the last 2 years, with 5 of those leaving in 2021 alone. And that's left local investigators with nowhere to send firearms, bullets, and casings, as well as latent fingerprints they've collected in criminal investigations.
And as you know, in some of our investigations, time is an issue to start identifying suspects, putting cases together, and, trying to get closure for the victim in the case.
For a while, South Dakota's lab was helping out with the load, but they've since stopped. Fargo police say recently they've been sending their prints to a private lab, but that comes with issues too.
And if an identification is made, we need someone from that lab to ultimately testify in court. So there's, the issue of who's going to pay for that, how is that going to be resolved?
Both FPD and Cass County say they don't have any cases sitting on the shelf because of the problem, but say it has delayed justice in some.
The cases that we have had impacted by it, we were able to, with what we found at the scene, to still send those cases forward.
Both Johner and Zabolski assure victims their investigators are working hard both on and behind the scenes to bring closure to those involved, and say they're also working with state leaders to fix the problem, hopefully soon. Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Officials say even if people are hired tomorrow, the problem isn't fixed, as evidence techs needs a lot of training and accreditation before officially starting, which can take months.
Well, starting this week, Minnesotans across the state will experience lower costs and increased access to child care thanks to a $160 million investment in the Child Care Assistance Program that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz signed into law this summer.
Minnesota's Child Care Assistance Program helps families pay for child care so parents can work or pursue employment or education leading to employment. Children are cared for and prepared to enter school.
The Minnesota Department of Human Services sets the maximum reimbursement rates paid to child care providers that serve income qualifying families in the Child Care Assistance Program. This investment will increase those maximum rates. That should result in expanded access to affordable quality child care. It'll support providers and reduce out-of-pocket costs for families.
According to a market survey, weekly maximum rates will go up an average of 16% for centers and 12% for licensed family child care. The boost will apply to all ages, but it'll have the biggest impact on infant and toddler child care, the hardest to find. The Child Care Assistance Program serves more than 30,000 children every month.
A local agency is breathing a sigh of relief tonight after the United States Department of Health and Human Services awarded them $1.8 million. That's half of their annual budget. The Southeastern North Dakota Community Action Agency, or SENCA, says that they'll use the funds for their Head Start and Early Head Start programs for young children of low-income families. The center says their holistic approach addresses the impact a home life can have on a child's development.
They are facing barriers that prevent them from learning, whether it's they don't have housing, they don't have nourishing meals, they have an inconsistent home life. Whatever the family is going through is impacting that child. So the goal and the purpose of our program is to provide that stability to that child and family.
SENCA offers services to families in addition to early childhood education. In order to receive federal grants, they have to meet strict performance standards as a school, not a child care. SENCA is hiring across their 7 local sites, but still have enrollment availability for 4-year-olds. Lindsay says that children who start off living in poverty are not on an equal playing field with kids that have a stable home, and that's why she wants the community to know that they're here to serve the whole family.
Whether a family comes in and they want help to get their GED, or they're looking for a job, they want to get their license. We assist and support them in whatever we can do to help them be successful in reaching their goals. And we also do the same with.
Getting cooler now as we head into the weekend. Let's go to Hutch with a first look at the forecast. Hutch?
Thank you, Stacy. Good evening, everyone. Closing out your Friday with some beautiful weather and a view of the moon rising over the Devil's Lake area off in the eastern skyline there. Quiet conditions this evening. And that's how we're going to close out your Friday night here as we take a look at the satellite. There are a few clouds and even a few snow showers up near Lake of the Woods and the Rainy River. Other than that, it's very quiet. Hutch's white line shows us where we have below freezing temperatures, 25 in Langdon this hour, but still holding on to 40s in places like Bismarck, just falling out of the 40s in Jamestown. You are now at 38 degrees. We'll be near 30 all the way through 10 o'clock, and after that, we'll just slowly see our temperatures fall. The wind will be fairly light tonight, still cool enough for a jacket. Now, the weekend does bring some significant change. We're talking wind, flakes, and very cold temperatures. So we'll have hour-by-hour details on that, and we'll look ahead toward that holiday travel forecast, what you can expect as we glide into the week of Thanksgiving here in just a moment.
Cool enough for a jacket, I'd say so.
Indeed, yeah.
All right, thanks.
We now know the name of the woman who died in a crash in Polk County. The Minnesota State Patrol identified her as 21-year-old Hazel Buckanaga. Highway Patrol says she wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Her passenger, 21-year-old Ayana White, sustained non-life-threatening injuries. That crash happened at 2:30 Wednesday morning in Climax. Officers have only said the two women were heading south on Highway 75 when their Chevy Equinox left the road and hit a culvert. A new robot is helping doctors at a Fargo hospital detect early lung cancer in patients. Essentia Health is the first hospital in North Dakota to receive the robot, which is controlled by what looks like an Xbox controller and helps doctors get to hard-to-reach areas in the lungs and biopsy smaller nodules.
And these small lung cancers is really where the benefit in survival comes, before the cancer has grown and spread to other places.
Officials say more than 90% of people diagnosed with lung cancer don't survive, many times because it isn't diagnosed until the advanced stages.